Well, it's being called Friends for the Next Generation. Not Suitable for Work is a new comedy about 5 work-obsessed 20-somethings trying to climb the career ladder without their personal lives falling apart.
Now, the series is the brainchild of comedy hitmaker and Office star Mindy Kaling, and Susie Wall recently caught up with Kaling and the cast.
If you're not willing to sacrifice everything for this job,
my coworkers, they don't take me seriously.
What have you done?
The exit is right there.
Susie from Global's The Morning Show.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Hi, Susie. What a fabulous shirt.
Thank you guys in unison.
Hey,
it's great to see you today.
You.
Let's begin with you. You have said that this series is part of a trilogy of shows based on your own experiences. Where does this one fit?
Every time someone says this, I'm like, it is so pretentious to refer to your own work as a trilogy. And yet I couldn't resist. Like, who do I think I am? Like, I think I'm Peter Jackson. And yet I'm going to go with it. So your question was like, where does this exist as the third show in my life? You know, Charlie and I were talking about this, that there's no period in my life that I remember more vividly than like 21 to 24, like moving to New York City to when I got hired on The Office. It was such an extreme of emotions, like every day. The ambition I felt, the crushing disappointments, the unrequited crushes, like just New York as a setting for this really dramatic time in my life to unfold.
Gen Z has taken such a bad rap from Gen Xers, from boomers, for not having that work ethic. How refreshing was it to see your era portrayed in a fresh light?
Yeah, I'm really grateful to Mindy that she doesn't see our generation or the experience of arriving in a city like New York as as something that doesn't require huge aspiration and drive. It's so fun to play a character who is so driven. Like AJ is quite intense at work, like kind of caffeinated, obsessional, willing to go the extra mile.
Charlie, this series is about obviously young professionals, like Mindy was saying, obsessed with their jobs, that New York experience. But it's an era where Gen Z has taken a big rap and a hard rap from boomers and Gen Xers for maybe not having the work ethic of other generations. Why is it important to you to present this idea that they can care about their work?
I think 2 reasons. The first is, we have a lot of Gen Z writers on staff, and you see how hard they work.
And we can't badmouth them.
We can't badmouth them.
Outnumber us.
Yeah, exactly.
So
they're coming for us. But then also, Gen X was the slacker generation. And I remember I was always mad at that when I was a kid, because we were both working very hard. And that's what this show is sort of to honor that time in our lives when we were young and working very hard.
Hey,
and nobody
I
believed
hate
in
that
us.
I'm Gen X.
Yeah,
For a while, I was like a xennial because I was born in '79, and I was like, I think I'm a millennial, but now I'm just Gen X. But I mean, everything that Charlie said, I forgot that Gen X was a slacker generation.
Yeah.
Well, and Avantika, let's talk about working with Mindy Kaling. I mean, she has done so much to raise the profile of South Asian actors. What has this experience and gift of working with her been like for you?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I grew up watching her, and I think everyone's been asking, like, what's your favorite sitcom? What sitcom did you grow up with? And for me, that was The Office, and I loved The Office. I also think just being one of a few prominent figures sort of representing the South Asian community, we're not a monolith, and we are commonly misinterpreted as such. And the expectation to fairly represent all of us, the fact that she is constantly at the receiving end of that does not escape me. And I think she does something really different with Abby in this show.
Thank you. I think it's one of the most exciting parts of my job is being able to create these shows and provide opportunities to these young, incredibly talented young actresses that literally just make my writing look better. Like Charlie's worked on some of these projects, but my Tree Ramakrishnan and Never Have I Ever, Amrit Kaur on The Sex Lives of College Girls, and now Avantika. I mean, and Avantika too, like she has such a big career before she even came on the show. And she has a huge career in Bollywood. I believe she plays all the famous Bollywood actresses. She has played the younger version of them in like flashback sequences in Bollywood movies. So she's very well known, but we feel equally lucky to work with her.
The series, of course, is called Not Suitable for Work. What is the most not suitable for work thing both of you have pulled off at work ever?
I've definitely come to work like either sleep deprived or forgotten to have like shower. Like I've done it before. You know what I mean? Like some days are just long and life happens. And so it's like kind of a little grimy of me to admit.
Dating people at work who you probably shouldn't have dated.
Fair.
I think, earlier in my career.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear that. Yeah, it's the same. No, you know what? I used to talk back to Greg at the office a lot early on. Before I knew it was inappropriate. And it's so funny. At the time, I had this righteous indignation as a staff writer on The Office that as though a staff writer has the same amount of say as an executive producer. I didn't understand the hierarchy because I was stupid. And then later, now, if anyone who was a staff writer talked to me the way I talked to Greg Day on The Office, I'd fire them immediately. So,
thanks for chatting with us on the morning show.
Thank you.
And Not Suitable for Work premieres with 3 episodes today on Hulu and Disney Plus in Canada.